travel light. Let us hunt some.
Drider. Welcome back to Heroes and Whiskey. We are 3D printing our way through the D&D Monster Manual, and today we have a monster that holds the most disgusting promise, I think, of any monster in the manual. This is monster number 75, the Drider. I am really excited to see what all of the creators do with this half drow, half spider creature. So let's head on over to my mini factory and see what Driders we can find. And the great news is that there are a ton of cool and disgusting Driders out on my mini factory. There's this one from Black Blossom Games, just $7. That is a great deal. I really love the way that this one looks. And then there's this one from Loot. Usually you can't get their stuff on my mini factory, but this is an older model that you can still buy on my mini factory. This is, I guess, more of a traditional looking Drider, but I think still looks fantastic. If you want to go super creepy and dark, then Bestiarum Miniatures is definitely the route to go, and this is true of Driders or anything else, frankly. I mean, this is really just got a kind of sick, twisted Silent Hill kind of look to it. I really love the way this came out, and it looks like it's a 3-pack for $12. That is a great deal. Our old friend Yasashi Kojin has one that is a little bit more of a traditional style. There's this 3-pack from Cripple God Foundry. Again, it's a little more of a traditional style, but they definitely have that kind of furry spider combined with the drow thing going on. I really like these guys. There's this one from Lubart Miniatures. I don't think we've done anything of theirs yet before. Again, I love kind of the spiky body combined with the human torso, and this one even has like, looks like little spiderlings down on the base. And then there's this one from Dark Gods. I don't think we've printed anything of theirs before. This is a really unique look, I think, between kind of the horns and the legs are shaped a little bit different. It's kind of difficult to tell because there is only this one picture on my mini factory, but it looks like it comes with multiple options for heads and bodies. And so I think I am going to take a risk and download this one, and let's see what we get. So, of course, Driders are drow that show some kind of promise, but then they fail Lolth's test of faith and strength, and so their mere existence is a reminder of her power. The manual does say that they will occasionally return to the place of their former life to exact a vendetta. And so if you're inclined to a darker storyline, I could see a party getting caught between a Drider and its former drow community. Or maybe the party has to convince a Drider to help them. It's a great creature to include because it has a backstory. So in terms of how this printed, there weren't really any technical issues with the printing. Overall, it came out great. These spikes on the back are sharp. This is definitely not a figure that you want to leave on the ground and step on it. These are sharp enough to pierce your skin. I also love that these, I don't know if these are antlers or horns or what exactly these are, but these are super thin, like under 1 millimeter each. They also came out fantastic, even up until the very tip. In terms of things that I wish were a little bit different, I mean, it basically gives you one leg, and you have to print it out 4 times, and it's not really all that obvious, honestly, where you're supposed to put the legs. So the front legs fit into the space they're supposed to go in a way that's pretty obvious, but these back two, it was not at all clear how these are supposed to go, and so I just kind of made it up, and the picture that's on my mini factory really isn't that much help because you can't really see the back legs. The other thing that you may notice is that these feet are very, very wide, and so this is supposed to be a large figure. Is it large? Huge? I can't remember. But anyways, the feet are too far apart for the base. So this is a 75 millimeter base, and you'll see the feet are definitely too wide. And so you would need a 100 millimeter base to have this sit down. So we don't really know how you would resolve this if you had like a multi-Drider attack, because they would definitely take up a ton of space on the table. But otherwise, I really love the way that this Drider came out. As I said, the details are sharp. It definitely has kind of a fearsome, loathsome appearance. It's in an attacking mode, which is, as I've said, is kind of the style that I like. And so overall, this is definitely a great value for $5. I did not print out any of the other torsos or formats, but to just know that you could get an army of these things for $5 is a pretty good deal. In terms of size, as you can see here, it doesn't have a base, and so the creature's head would be about 12 to 15 feet off the ground. I would say the foot span, if that's a thing, is somewhere between 18 and 20 feet, so it's definitely an imposing figure, and if you could find a cool base, it would definitely look cool on the table. In terms of resources, because you print it without the legs, it's actually fairly kind of short top to bottom, so it only took about 3.5 hours, as I said, and only cost $5, which is a great deal. So we are at a total cost of $758, and we have just gone across 36 total days of print time. So if you're looking for a Drider or Driders for your campaign, this one from Dark Gods, or I guess the set from Dark Gods, really looks great. $5 is a great deal. There are also dozens of dark and twisted options out on my mini factory, so if you want a little bit different flavor of a Drider, there are definitely some options there. Next up, we would normally have the Dryad, but since we're dealing with Dark Elves, and since the order of the monster manual doesn't really make any sense to me, next up, we've got the Drow.